When did we start working to live? I'm 24. It's my second year into my big boy job, and I know this has always been an issue, but I kind of fell into this job and didn't realize how big of an issue it was until I've experienced it myself. My hobby isn't extravagant. I like filming and I like cooking. Those are my two major hobbies. And I feel like I'm having less and less time for both. Right now, I'm making a pumpkin spice syrup with nutmeg, cinnamon, star anise, clove, and allspice, using half a can of pumpkin, mixing it in and steeping all that together until it comes to a light boil. And then mixing it, straining it, and keeping the pumpkin to add a little bit of time to my drinks. And then mixing the remainder with some sweetened condensed milk, so I have a little sweet and creamy pumpkin spice coffee. And I find moments to do this harder and harder, especially because I'm starting to only be able to do fun cooking stuff like this on the weekends. My work is starting to slowly creep out of my life. Not even slowly, more like an avalanche. And I feel like this is a problem for a lot of people. Now, I could be wrong. My big boy job is teaching, and I've never experienced any other type of big boy job, though this is not the big boy job I want to have forever. But we really need to move away from this as a society because it's draining. It feels like burnout. I can understand why people leave the professions they're in if they're experiencing living for the weekend, working to live for the weekend. And I mean, I'm from a small town, so there's nothing to do on the weekdays anyway after 5 p.m. But I would prefer to be able to do more of what I love to do during the week instead of feeling like I only have the weekend to cram everything I'd like to do into it. Hence why sometimes my videos are sparse and far in between. I have this bottle, unrelated, from a ketchup bottle I had, and it makes a perfect little syrup bottle. Reuse your jars. It's super handy and saves you money. Back to my pumpkin spice syrup real quick. So I add 2 tablespoons of the sweet condensed milk, about half a tablespoon of pumpkin, mix that all together, usually 1 shot of espresso, or 2 shots if you're feeling spicy. And then I shake that all together, mix it all together, and drink and enjoy with some ice. Today I didn't have any ice, but this was still really good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. I feel like we have to rely on easy made meals because of how much we work, right? And I love showing y'all how to make easy make prep meals that you can prepare for the weekday. That's not a problem. I understand that a lot of us need to work to afford to live, as do I. But it can be kind of draining when something is your passion and you can't explore it in more depth than just some canned food and frozen meals. This is a chili that I made with some lentils I had in the freezer, some beans I had in the freezer. I put about 3 tablespoons of chili powder, a can of chili seasoned tomatoes, let that come to a simmer, mixed it all together, added some garlic powder and onion powder, about 2 teaspoons each, and there you had it. There's my quick and easy meatless chili, which is really affordable if you can't afford meat, which I couldn't this week. It was just out of my budget. And I think that's also what makes it all the more frustrating. Many people go through this where working 5 days a week, at least 8 hours a day, there's many people still working more. I'm practically working more. I'm taking home all my work. But still can't afford to have good hearty meals. Not that this meal won't be healthy, good, and hearty. There's vegetables in it, there's lentils in it, there's proteins, there's beans, onion. But there's no fresh food involved, and not that the fresh food is related to healthy, but I'd like to have the option of being able to have that fresh food. And I'm sure many people would. And I say this as a frustration with no answer because I am young. If anybody who's older out here has more experience, has a way to combat this feeling, I would love to hear in the comments about it, because I'm unexperienced to how to avoid this feeling of burnout, and the more help I can get with it, the better. Right now, I'm making a broccoli cheese soup because I was really like crashing out over the week, and I needed some comfort. And because I knew I was gonna have to like crash out again at home, because I'm bringing home so much work. This broccoli cheese soup has a variety of spices that I'll show on the screen in a second. All of them I put in 1 teaspoon of the spices or powdered spices and half a teaspoon of the dried herbs, and along with 2 tablespoons, like heaping tablespoons of chicken bouillon. This is supposed to be a concentrate to use as a soup base. That way I can add some water to it when I cook it later in the week. I'm a person that believes that our mental health should be a priority. As much as I like my job, and my job is important, I will continue to move forward with putting myself first and continuing with my hobbies and the things I like to do, because that was what will make me better at what I do at work. Because I'm a multifaceted person that learns from what they do and the things around them, just like you. And so I know you might be going through a hard time, struggling, scrolling through the phone, watching these videos for a little escape, and I completely get that. If you need to, take some time for your hobby. Sit down, enjoy it. Play some YouTube while knitting, painting. Find something to do at home that you can feel more connected to. I find that helps with the stress of the work week and how the pressures of trying to make it through to the next week happens. Here, I'm leading by example by taking a moment to try something new. This was really frustrating. I was making cream puffs. Have y'all ever made a custard before? I'm not going to explain what I did. I'll leave the recipe I was following down below because I was very confused. But I was doing this to make desserts based off of a game I play. I play Love in Deep Space. It's a really fun, goofy game at times. And we were celebrating a character's birthday. His name's Zane, with a friend, and we were having a little dinner. And do things that you like to do. Make time for it, because it really makes life worth living. And we all deserve a life that we enjoy living in. Alrighty. Thank y'all so much for hearing me yap, and have a wonderful, amazing week this week. Bye!